Okay, let's go ahead and get started there, everybody. Welcome back to another Strange Road Gym stream. I'm your host, Strange Road Gym, and today we are going to be getting back into completing our, well, pretty much the last puzzle that I'm probably going to be doing for this week, which is the Fill-a-Pix. So, um, just an FYI, and in case anybody like is kind of confused, you might look over here and see the Pic-a-Pix. Suddenly, there's a new one there. Well, not really. You see, when I was trying to write up the email concerning like the problems that I've been having with the Pic-a-Pix, here, let me see if I can show it to you here a little bit. Um, so one second, let me try to bring it up here so everybody can kind of, have a rough idea as to what I'm getting at. Um, okay, so I don't know. Can you guys see the preferences? You can see the preferences. Okay, so um, I wanted to try to reference, the fact that we had, I had the auto check mark complete lines, that auto mark blank squares, and the automatic check off clues kind of thing, because, um, I wanted to kind of talk about like, oh, hey, if I do something like this, it automatically checks everything off kind of thing. And it's like, well, I was like, but here's the problem is that sometimes it's incorrect, and I don't really like that, blah blah blah, right? Um, I don't like when this happens automatically, you know, during me trying to work on the puzzle. So, I would love to just kind of turn these off like permanently and not have to worry about it ever again. Um, but um, whenever there's like a reset to the server, actually, hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. Whenever there is um, I can't remember if the preferences are kind of stored in a cookie, and therefore, like if I close this, close out the entire window and come right on back to it, does it get reset or does it get reset every server? Not sure actually. Hold on. Let me close this down. Yeah, we'll go ahead and leave the page there. Let me go to webcam real quick. And uh, let me quickly like shut down like the browsers and stuff like that. So like the cookies are cleared now. Um, so um, so let me go ahead and kind of bring everything back up again. I need to bring up the music as well because it was in the same kind of browser set, so I don't want my headset to kind of fail on me in mid-stream or anything along those lines. And no, I'm sorry, I cannot be playing said music because it's copyright, so I just use it as background noise so that, my headset stays active. That's it. You know, as much as I wouldn't mind listening to music and stuff like that during, some of the content that I do, YouTube wouldn't be happy with my streams and or the videos that I post. So yeah, it's can't do that. So we're just gonna not bother with it. Okay. So let me sign in to Conceptis again. 1 second. All right. So let me go live again. There we go. And everything else is kind of turned off. That's fine. Okay, so once again, we have the Pic-a-Pix. So, we go to the new, easy, play free, and obviously, let me show it again. As you can see, nothing was saved or anything like that. So, and, so it is saved via cookies. So, and that's what that's what I have a problem with, is the fact that, this is kind of saved, these preferences are kind of saved via cookies, and I don't save cookies at all. I don't, while sometimes, you might feel like, cookies are something that, um, you know, is a nice convenience to, to be able to kind of, handle certain situations, like, being able to log in quickly into emails and so on and so forth. It's also can be exploited. And, I've heard of people using cookies to put viruses on your computer. I've heard it being used to, steal your information. It's just, I don't like cookies at all. I mean, it's nice, but it can be exploited. And that's why I don't deal with cookies all that often. So, once again, this didn't change. This didn't get saved. And so if I, do this once again, oh, actually, hold on. That was the wrong color. So if I do that, and that, then once again, we have the same problem as before. So, so when I was trying to ask them to try to correct this, to, maybe save the preferences outside of the cookie itself, I needed to kind of reference this. However, when I completed it, everything was, grayed out. Like, even the preferences were grayed out. I couldn't access the preferences. So I had to actually do a full-on reset of the puzzle to kind of, reset everything so that I had access to the preferences again, to see what parts I was having problems with, and like. So that's all. Um, so that's why, this isn't, this is no longer completed. Even though, if you look back on, um, previous days, I did indeed complete it. So just wanted to point that out, just in case anybody's like on, why is this suddenly cleared? That kind of thing. Why is it not, no longer my solved? Just wanted to let you guys know about that. That's all. So, and the folks got back to me about this. They are aware of, the problems that I addressed. So, so I appreciate the fact that they got back to me really quickly about it. So, hopefully they can come up with a better solution. Basically, I asked them if they could just kind of save it to the profile and not to a cookie. But I don't know exactly how they're going to go about doing that. Obviously, that's going to take a little bit of work for them to try to like maybe add some additional information to the profile to handle that. I don't know. You know, or actually, you know, I'm not quite sure how they're going to be able to kind of save that information. Like they're trying to save it via cookie, you know. Um, so you know, actually, hold on. Let me. I want to see if it saves after I change it. Here, let me. So if I was to go here and I changed, well, obviously, okay, hold on. Let me show the fact that, once again, you know, it's it's changing the values and changing all the things that I don't really want to happen, blah blah blah. Everything that it's doing here is not what I want to have happen. So when I go here and I remove these, and obviously the damage is still done. Now, if I close this out, oh wait, you guys can't see the window. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, hold on. Let me. All right. So yeah. Um, it was just doing all that kind of crap, and I'm like, oh no, I don't really want that. I want all this kind of jazz and blah blah blah. Now, if I just kind of close out the window, yeah, we're gonna leave the page. And I try to go back into it. Let's see. Nope, it's not. It's not taking. There we go. All right. If I was to do the 17 again. Yeah, okay, so the values there are not, graying out or anything along those lines. We don't have any kind of auto fill in or anything along those lines. Our preferences are still off. So I believe, they're basically storing it into a cookie to try to, make sure that you have all these information, saved, and uh, during the playthrough of this. Problem is that and they've mentioned, and they mentioned the fact that this site does use cookies. I get that. It just I don't like the fact that I'm having to um just closing down my window, I lose all these preferences again, over and over and over again. And it would be just kind of nice if they can kind of save this information another way. But I don't know. I don't know how they're going to be able to do that. You know, um, I'm not well versed in um, website JavaScript or database to have any any good um, methods to try to figure out another solution for that. I mean, the only thing that I could, like I said, the only thing that I could think of was, attach it to my, personal profile, or something along those lines. But that would mean that, the profile would have to save the preference information, which I don't know if they really want to have that kind of information saved on the database. So that's why I'm like, you know, I don't know what else they could really do. Um, um, I think the other way that I would probably do, the other suggestion that I would probably make, you know, like something that they could probably do like right off the bat, that they could still kind of keep the cookies and stuff like that, and that's fine. Maybe don't make those particular options auto set. You know, like allow for someone that wants to save their cookies. If they want to save their cookies, they can save their cookies. But I mean, maybe let me go back to the window again. You know, maybe not have these automatically checked off. Like have it off, for the automatic check off clues and the auto check marks. Just have them off, you know. So if people want to have the auto check complete lines or the auto mark blank squares, they can select it. Um, I just find them, annoying when I'm trying to, you know, figure out stuff, on my own. When, you know, like I don't have all the details on it, and they're basically saying, "Oh, hey, um, you know, this is exactly what this is what you mean, right? You're not wrong, but you are." It's like, I don't know. So that's all. I just wanted to, you know, talk more about that, address it so people understand, you know, what's going on right at this moment in time. So, all right. Um, Sorry about that little sidetrack, not little tangent. So, um, let's go ahead and get back into where we left off with the Fill-a-Pix. We still have the medium plus from before. And it was kind of it was a challenge. It's been a challenge for this one, so okay. Um okay. Pardon me, I need to blow my nose here. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so Okay. So here's the thing there, folks. The what I currently have right now, for those of you that weren't here yesterday when I was kind of working on this, um, I'm at that point where all the numbers that you currently see right at this moment in time are like at their max capability. Like I can't necessarily move any further beyond what I'm currently at with these because there's no hint as to where, what the numbers, where the other spots are going to be at. Like there's no like definitive clues so far that I can see or that I saw yesterday that really kind of stands out to me like, oh yeah, um, with this being here, it has to look like this and so on and so forth. I mean, the fact that I've had to, that I've gotten this far, the fact that I'm, you know, getting information about blocks that, normally I wouldn't even have, any information on whatsoever, says a lot already. So, um, so yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what the, um, you know, what I'm gonna be kind of tackling, what I'm gonna be kind of dealing with right at this moment in time. So, um, like for example, I'm looking at this 8 down here, right? One of these spots here is open. Um, Now I'm looking at, everything else around here and like nothing like really stands out to me. Like if this was a 3, then I would know that the one spot is around there and I can leave everything else, filled in. But it's not. It's a 4. So so either the one spot could be there and the other, the fourth spot could be like, anywhere outside of that, for example. Or, it is, all 4 spots here and, everything else is kind of blanked out. I don't really know. That's my problem with this right at this moment in time. So, um, and the one spot isn't gonna really help me out with the 7s down here either. Um, if one of these spots was like a 1 or a 2, then that might have helped out a little bit. But again, don't really know. Um, so that's why it's like I can't necessarily make any like formal judgment calls as to, where like, like I can try to fill it all in and stuff like that, but I don't know where this single spot is. Like it could be anywhere in within these 9 blocks. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this time where that single blank spot is, and where the rest of the 8, is either. So that's why it's like, boy, not sure. Um, This part is also kind of bugging me because, you know, I have 3 blank spots somewhere in here and 1 filled in spot in here. But I don't know where it is. Like, it could be right here. This 3 is done and we, you know, close down everything else. But it could also be, you know, the 1 spot could be there too. You know, for example. You know, and then the 3 would have to find that 1 spot, like, you know, down here somewhere. It could be like right there, and this 2 is satisfied and all that kind of jazz, but, you know, again, I don't know. I mean, I could guess, but I don't, that defeats the whole purpose of trying to figure this out, you know. These 2 8s, again, I want to be able to determine where the 1 single spot is missing would be for these 2 8s right now. Like if this 8 was like right there, then yeah, I would know. You know, because the 1 spot would have to be in here, but you know, that would kind of defeat the whole purpose of having this 4 there. So okay. Kind of wish that there was a way for me to kind of mark like question marks or something like that. You know, one of these has to be a block, one has to be blank in these 2, because the 5 here has 3 left and 1 blank, right? So this 4 has 3 automatically done. You know, this 4 has, you know, 3 somewhere. Where? Don't really know. Where is the 1 blank? Don't really know. Okay, but you know, that's what's going on here. Which means if this has 3 out of the 4 already done, then that just means that 1 more has to be in these 2, you know, one of these 2 spots. 50-50 right at the moment. So the thing is that this 3 could be done because it could be something like this. You know, um, you know, like that could be like the potential answer. You know, the 5 gets solved, the 4 gets solved, and the 3 gets solved. You know, but again, I'm not 100% sure. So. Hmm. Okay. This 4 has 2 more within these 5. Has to have 2 more within the 5. The rest of them have to be blank. Meaning 3 out of this 5 has to be blank. So this 6 has 3 blanks already associated because of this 4 here. So that means that we need to have 3 filled in there for the 6. Okay. Hmm. I'm assuming, yeah, no errors. Okay, we have one more in here, but the rest are blank. And unfortunately, there's nothing else that kind of helps us out with it right at this moment in time. Although, well, R1 could be right there. Although it is highly likely that it's a blank. If this one's a blank, then that means we have, 6 filled in that way, which would be fantastic. That solves that, that at least solves the 5 here and kind of helps, do more of a cascade. But, again, I'm not sure. I don't know where the single one is in this 4 bunch here. Okay. 5 is missing 3. We have the 50-50%. Well, okay. We could either have 50-50% here, like one has to be filled in and one is a blank, or both of these are blank. It can't be either way. Both of these cannot be filled in because this would have to be a 5 if that was the case. But I don't know. Like we can have our 3 here, for example, and and that would still work. There's nothing that would, and there's nothing up here that would stop this 3 from happening. Like if this was a 5, then this wouldn't work, right? But it's not. So we only have one here, so one of these 2 has to be a blank. Don't know which one though. We need at least 2 blank up here. Although again, because we already have one down here, we can't, do the full 6 up here anyway, so we'd only have 5 left. But either way, like we'd have to have at least 2 missing here in this set. Okay. We can't have 4 here. You know, this doesn't work with 4, right? Two of these have to be blank. Okay. Now it could be this. Those two could be blank. Or it could be these two could be blank. Or it could be those two that are blank. Don't really know. Okay. Either way, it's sky's the limit as to what, two of these are blank and which ones are filled in. But if that's the case, where, we have 2 and 2 here for the 4, then that means that we need 2 here. The remaining 2 for the 4 has to be there. So that much is clear. Okay. The 2 here could be out. So, in some ways, I kind of wish that, I could do, I could easily say that 1's here for this 2, but, I can't do that right now. So. Okay. If I do, like 6 here, right? Obviously that this doesn't really work. We have to have at least 2 blanks in this bunch for this 4 to work, right? So that means that this set down here it has to have 2 filled in and 1 blank. Now, the 1 blank could be out there, so that's why I'm thinking, it can't really work with that 6 too well. And one of these could be filled in and the other 2 could be blank like that. But it might not necessarily turn out that way, so, like, like I could say, like, these 2 here have to be filled in, but then it might not also, like, one of these 2 could be their own blanks as well, so. No, obviously if I do like 5 there, no, I mean it could still work because all you need is like, 1 there and then the 6, with the blanks. So, hmm. Okay. I look at this and we could have this 4 being done because one of them could be blank over here and we'd have to figure out this 2. Or this 2 is done and we have 1 missing over here for this 4. don't know. Not 100% sure on that one. Okay. Let's look at this 7 here. So in the 7, we have 2 that are missing, right? Now, both of those 7s, missing could be there, which means, this 5, has one more that's over here, right? But this 3 is done, if that's the case, right? Or we could have like one everything kind of filled in for the 7 and one missing over there, so the 5 could be done, but the 3 is missing. But obviously, we can't have it all filled in like that. That doesn't really work very well, right? You know, or it doesn't work at all because we have 6 here for the 5, and that's not possible. So, um, so it would have to be either 2 that are missing, with the 5, and then 1 over here, and the 3 is completely done, or there's a combination in that, but hmm. Okay, obviously we can't do 2 up there next to 5. That would absolutely destroy, the possibility of that 5 getting all of its amount, right? It would just have 4 left there, and that doesn't work. So at minimum, with the 7 here, only 1 could be there, or could be in that 4 set, So the other one missing would have to be in this 5, but again, there's nothing here that can kind of help me determine, where that might be. So, hmm. Okay. 1 has to be missing here. And then 2 have to be missing there. Thing is that for this 2 here, they can both kind of be mutually exclusive. Like I can have 1 missing there, 1 missing there, and that 2 would be satisfied, right? And then you can just kind of have 1 right there, and you're all good with this kind of set, right? But that might not necessarily be, the correct positioning of everything. But one thing is for sure, when you have something like this, 1 has to be missing here, And for this 4 to work, you need to have another one missing over on these two. You'd have a 50-50 over here. So where that one is, don't really know, but you have a 50-50 there. Which means you would have to have 3 here and one of them missing. Like, it could be like right there. But again, I don't know which one. It could be right there. So I don't know. Both of them could be there. And that could potentially work. Okay. At minimum, we need to have it, we'd either need to have 1 missing for this 3 or 2. So it could be completely done, or it'd be missing 1 more somewhere out there, within this set to work with. How about this one? And we need 2 missing, which could be like, right there, for example. Which would mean that I would have to have or, it could be, something like that. And then, full on blanks over here, for example. Okay. I just noticed something. That is 5, as you can tell, right? I need 1 more for the 6. So the 6 has to have a 1 more somewhere in this set of 4, right? But, I don't know where it is per se, but it has to be somewhere in the set. I can't have 2, because that would break that 1, right? So this 5 has to be here, right? This 5 has to be there. It has to be correct. So that means this 4 is done. So now we're down to a 50-50 on this one. We can close everything else down around this one because it just has that one, and everything else is gone. Like everything else can't work. Interesting, interesting. Okay, that's handy. Okay. No, no, that wouldn't necessarily work. I was looking at this over here and thinking like, hey, I need to have, you know, like I would need to kind of have, I can only have like one missing in here, for those four, right? You know, I would need to have one more missing here, and the rest would have to kind of be filled in. So we'd have to have three more in here. So we would have to have basically one here that we can do. I don't know. I'm close. But I feel like, I could have like all these, you know, as empty and, just kind of fill that all in, and this one would be blank too. So yeah, I don't think I'm on the right track on that one. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can really do much there. I have two more here in this bunch, and four more that needs to be filled in. But I don't know where the two missing are. I mean, it could be like right there. But one thing's for sure, I cannot have two there. That would ruin the 5. But I don't know, like, we'd either have, double missing or a single missing. That's it. Um, but again, I don't know where we'd have to place that around here, so. We still need 3 missing here. But we can't have like 3 missing around the 7. That doesn't work. Hmm. No, I don't know. I'm not really seeing good solutions from this anymore. Damn it. Wait a second. This 4 here. We have 2 blank spots still left to do. But this 1 is kind of stopping it from, like, I can't do something like this for the 4 because that 1 stops it. So so for this 4, we have 3 filled in, but we have 1 more here, and that's it. That's all we can put in there. So this 3 has to be there. Yeah. So if this 1 has 1 here, then everything else is blanked out, which means this 2 has that. Okay. Um, okay, this 7 has, this 5 has 1 here and 1 missing, which means this 7 has the 1 missing somewhere in here, which means this 7 has to have 1 more there. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I don't know if I can really do much more on that one. Do we have a 6 and 1 next to each other again somewhere? That'd be kind of nice. No, I don't see any. Damn. in some cases I have like always a 50-50, like, if I do it one way, I complete one. If I do it another way, I complete the other. And it's like, mm. Or it could be like a combination of the two too. It might not always work out like like a pure 50-50 either. So, you know, like for example, I was looking at this 365 here. Like I could have, you know, the the three done here, and then one blank one here. You know, Actually, I'd have to have all three of them blank for the six, but we could have just like one left there, and then the five, like so. But um, or I could have, you know, um, I could have like three blank there, and then the six gets filled in, the five's done, and I'd have to be kind of fighting for the three and stuff like that, right? Um, or it could be just like a combination of the two. It could be one blank there, two blanks there, and the five and the three would have to kind of be searching for something else. So that's why it's you know might not always be a 50-50 in that particular case. So. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, wait a second. I'm looking at this 6-3 combo here. I would need to have three blanks in this set because obviously the three here can't have um, all six here. Can't even have four here, right? So the three blanks have to be within this five set, right? You know, it has to be. Otherwise, um, um, like obviously you can't have a four set of blanks. That ruins the six there. You can't have two blanks here because that would mean that this three would have to be a four. That doesn't work. So there has to be a three, three blanks in here in this five to kind of get that to kind of work, properly with this three, right? You see the mental gymnastics that I'm going through on this one, right? So that means the six has to have two filled in here for this three, within this five set. That means that one, all that's blank for this three. Yep. And two, that would mean that's all filled in as well. So, because, you know, two blocks here only gives half of that six. We need three more for it. And the last remaining three is up here. So now I would say like, oh hey, like the remaining one could be down here and then we can kind of make the rest of this blank up there, but I can't guarantee that though. Because the two more boxes could be like right there, meaning all of this is blank and this four would need to have one up there. So, I don't know. Not sure yet. Let's look at other possibilities right at this moment. Let me see if there's something that I can maybe get out of this. Okay, same kind of deal. This 6 here only has one more blank that I can do. But if I try to put it anywhere down in this lower area, then that means that there would have to be 4 boxes up above it, which doesn't work. That doesn't work with this particular 3 here. So that means there has to be one more blank in these 4. So that means 3 of these have to be filled in for the 6, which means the last 3 has to be there. Guaranteed. Has to. So that's good. That's handy. That's helpful. And, just to show that, I'm right. Okay, with the 3 needing to be here, then that 3 is pretty much done. The 3 have to be here, right? So this 3 is completed. That means these have to be blank, right? So close though. It's like, God damn it. I don't know where the 2 and the 1 is for this 3 though. Ah. Okay. Hmm. No. Oh, this 4's done. That 4's done. So because that 4 is done, we just blanked out that one, which fills in that one. Nice. The 6 is now done. This 5 is done. This 4 is done. This 4 is done. The 6 is, needs 2 more. Are we going to have a good cascade here? This 4. This 6. This 5. This 4. This 5. That 5's done. Ooh. We're kind of getting hit with a traffic jam here right at this moment in time. We have 50-50 going on here. And if we have a 50-50 going on here, one of these 2 has to be filled in. One of them has to be blank. If one of these 2 is filled in, then that means this 5 is also done. That means this spot there and that spot there has to be blank. Good to know. That means there has to be one here for this 4, but I don't know where it's at. I think we're stuck there. I don't think we can really do much more on this end right at the moment. Ah, so close to potential cascade. This one's difficult, man. You know, I don't. I think it's harder than the medium plus. Normally I can like deal with some cascades that I can spot, you know, further cascades, or I can kind of work my way through like other, additional information on. This is feeling like hard, not not medium plus. Um, but I mean, I'm already an hour and 15 minutes into this. I'm gonna have to stop here. Um, damn. Okay, well, we need at least one there. Because one of these two has, and one of these two is blank, one of them has to be filled in. Okay. Which only one can go here then because we already have 4 for this 5, so one has to go there, which means this 5 has 3 done, which means 2 more has to go on here. I'm gonna have to save this and come back to it. Oh man. Yeah, this one's been kind of kicking my ass a bit. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this by tomorrow, there, folks. With the fact that I'm struggling just to even get this far on this medium plus, and I keep on running into roadblocks every single time. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to complete this by tomorrow. Not with the 1 hour set time. I might need to just do a longer Conceptus time to try to work on this tomorrow, or try to finish this off. So, oh boy. So we'll have to tackle this more tomorrow. I mean, I'm thankful that I had a little bit more cascades going on there, but as you can see, once again, got stopped. So we'll have to hold off on that for right now. So, um, so all right. Um, well, kind of unfortunate that I'm having a hard time with this one. Yeah, it's definitely, normally for medium plus I can figure things out. I can have more cascades of, you know, being able to solve, you know, as I kind of move along. Or I can always kind of like switch on over to another area to tackle it, but this one, no, I'm not getting that. Or at least I'm not seeing the easier solutions that I had prior. So that's why it's like, when they say that's a medium plus, I don't know. I don't think so because I'm having to really go outside of my normal solving for this puzzle. Like I'm having to analyze, you know, the numbers and what's kind of associated with them. Like the fact that I had that 6 and 1 next to each other. Like, you know, I don't normally have, and I don't normally need to look for those kind of, possibilities in the past, you know. So that's why, for this one, it definitely feels more, it definitely feels on a higher tier of difficulty. Let me just kind of put it to you that way. So, but that's going to be it for our Conceptus puzzles for tonight. I'm gonna have to kind of move on for right now. So, no chatters, but that's fine. Hopefully anybody that was just kind of lurking in the background, enjoying, my struggles on this, hopefully you had a good time as well. For those of you watching, whether you're watching live or, right now, you know, on YouTube, once I have these kind of posted in their respective playlists, like and subscribe would be fantastic. Uh, Check out the rest of my playlists, for multiple different games as well as coding streams that I've done. Check those out. Also, check out the description for multiple links down below. Discord, Patreon, Throne. Got the stream team down there available for anybody that, if you're a streamer, we're looking for more. If you're not a streamer, you're still welcome on the team because, I feel everybody can contribute in a small way, on the team. Um, so if you want to join the team and you're not a streamer, that's perfectly fine. I welcome you, you know, into the team. So, um, or at least I welcome you to apply, I should say. So, um, we need we'd like to have more people that are just you know small small steps of helping out. That's it. That's all we're asking. So, um, but that's that team. Um, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and switch on over to some video uploads. I also need to set up for the game tonight, 2 Point Hospital. So look forward to that. And yeah, we'll be. Um, that's going to be it for in this particular session of the Conceptus Puzzles. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll catch you next time. But until then, take care, have a good night, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll catch you treasures next time.